So let's get into some campus stuff. Here I broke things down. This is using IPEDS data. 18 is the most recent year we have. So what does this tell me? In Ann Arbor, 36% of total salaries go to instruction, 58% in Dearborn, 58.8 in Flint. Then when you add these three together, because Ann Arbor is so much bigger, the number is closer to Ann Arbor. Research, you can see Dearborn and Flint, not that much. But when you combine research and instruction, you get fairly similar. You get around 60% for all three campuses. I do want to point out in Flint, because this is a very high number at Flint. This tells me at Flint, 14.8% of all the salaries, this is salary only, goes to people at the top at Flint. Whereas those percentages are much lower at Dearborn, lower still in Ann Arbor. You know, what I have down here are an example of things. Institutional support salaries at Ann Arbor, $125 million. 9.3 at Dearborn, 9.9 at Flint. Hospital salaries, Ann Arbor. There's no hospital salaries in the records in Dearborn or Flint. $1.7 billion. The total salaries. Ann Arbor, 3.9. Dearborn, 78 million. Flint, 67 million. $4 billion in total. You take, in order to make these comparisons valid, I took out the hospital, just so I could compare the campuses. So here's Flint, and well, I'll just leave it at that. Okay, Dearborn, number of employees, non-instructional, total instructional, I just put them in one number, and all the other these are everything here, it's labeled as non-instructional in IPEDS. And management is whatever management is called. There were 86 managers in 2015, 107 increase at 21, a 24.4% increase, a 7.9% increase in the instructional staff. The non-instructional employees went from 435 to 500, an increase of 65. 1/3 of that increase was right here in management at Dearborn. This is Flint. So Flint's a lot smaller instructional-wise, but still, management, not a big as increase. 77 to 81, up 4, still up 5%. Instructional staff is down in this time. Librarians and academic affairs are up by 13. Management is up 4. Business and finance up. All these other areas are down. Office administrative support. I don't know if you've noticed less administrative support, but down 20. That's the biggest decline right there. 20 people in 4 years at Flint. And in total, 488 to 499, change of 11. I mean, in total, they went up. You know, instructional staff stay the same. Why do you need 4 more managers, though? Why do you need those people? And if you think about it, 4 people, you know, making the money they're making, that's laying off, you know, close to 10, 12 people. That's not insignificant. So Ann Arbor, obviously the numbers are bigger. I mean, it's a bigger place. So instructional staff up 10%, managers only up 9%. Those still, I'm sure there's a reason for those 112 new managers in Ann Arbor over these 4 or 5 year period. God bless them. Now I'm just focusing on management employees. From 15 to 19, 4 or 5 year change, 27 million increase in Ann Arbor, 4 million more in Dearborn, and 1.1 million more in Flint. And these are the percentage changes in those numbers. These are the average salaries of these managers. So Ann Arbor, the 1,349 people have an average salary of $134,000. At Flint, it went from 104 to 113, an increase of 9%. Dearborn, the increase was 106 to 129, an increase of 21.9% of $23,000. And you could see the big increase in the dollars, the numbers and the dollars spent on people at Dearborn. So at Dearborn, if I could be blunt, they hired a lot more administrators. Okay, a lot more, 21 more, not, you know, 4 or 5 a year, but they also paid them all more, 20 grand or more, 20, 25 more per each over this time period. This all proves, to me, what does this prove? That they have high admin costs and that this is the first place these people should be looking to make cuts. I think it's more clear at Dearborn and Flint than it is in Ann Arbor, because at least, you know, you have the increase in instruction were bigger than the increase in managers in Ann Arbor, but not the case in Dearborn and Flint. How do you justify more people and dollars in the management category in Dearborn and Flint when it's not the case on the instruction side? I don't get it. I'm not seeing it. And it doesn't make sense. And then go ahead and say you're the first ones we're laying off.